Hello.
What an intro! What an intro! That's a great intro.
All right. Okay, so anyway, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Wrestle Point. It is Friday night, and you know what that means. Tonight, we are coming at you with our review of.
I actually don't know what that means.
Night one.
I do, so that's all that matters.
I'm quoting it because they say it at the beginning of every Dynamite. I was on a roll, by the way. How dare you interrupt me? That was a great intro. But anyway, tonight we are giving you guys our review of the AEW Dynamite Grand Slam review. This is from this past Wednesday, and this was a really, really hyped card. For me personally, I can't remember just any wrestling show that I've been more excited to watch than this one. What about you guys?
I have definitely been more excited for different cards. I don't know about you.
I didn't even watch it live, so obviously I've seen more exciting cards. But it was a very hyped show, probably the most hyped show since I've started watching AEW. So I was excited, and my favorite wrestler was on it, so I was excited to watch that. I did go to the Red Sox game that night, so I did miss it. But this was before Grand Slam was announced, so I blame AEW, not me.
Yeah, I mean, to give just initial thoughts on the show before we go match by match, I think we kind of, or at least me and Cody agreed on this. I think Dom might have agreed. We might have all agreed on this, that this was definitely a solid show. It wasn't a bad show. It was a very good show, but it seemed like it was definitely a victim of its own hype because they were hyping this up big, and I don't think it lived up to the hype. Granted, it was still a good show, but given the lofty expectations, I feel like you can't help but be a little bit disappointed.
I wouldn't say disappointed, more of this like underwhelmed. I feel like
that's fair. That's fair.
It's a strong word. I was underwhelmed by some of the stuff that happened. Tom's hair is so wild right now. So yeah, but it was a good show overall. If AEW is billing this as their best TV show they've had to this date, I don't know if that's a great thing because I can name probably a bunch of shows. I could probably find you an AEW show, Dynamite show that was just as good as this or a little under.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. I don't know if we all agreed on this, but this versus SmackDown at Madison Square Garden, did we all agree that SmackDown MSG was better than this?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we all had that same consensus that we thought it was a better constructed show.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, before it's
Dom's muted. He was trying to talk. I couldn't hear him. Okay, now.
Hello.
No, I think he's just frozen.
Hello?
What?
Dom?
Yeah. Were you saying something, Dom?
Oh yeah. I think it was the best show of the week, though.
I haven't seen. I can't say. I can't say one way or another because I still haven't watched SmackDown. SmackDown's actually airing right now for me since I'm on the West Coast, so I won't be able to watch till tomorrow. Same with Grand Slam Night 2. I won't be able to watch that till tomorrow. But so I've only seen Dynamite and Raw, and I will say that I do think Dynamite was better than Raw.
I would say Dynamite was better than Raw, but I wouldn't say it was much better than Raw.
Fair enough.
This was good. It was a good episode of Raw, though. So it's not like we're comparing it to a bad show. Yeah. Anyway, before we make it sound like we're going to trash the show, let's actually get into the matches so we can say some good stuff. So, first match on I was actually really surprised this match opened. But they opened it with the Dream match. I think probably the most hotly anticipated match of either night: Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. And I kind of had a feeling. Obviously, we had our predictions, and I picked Bryan Danielson to win. But during the entrances, it just kind of hit me that they can't possibly have a legitimate finish to this match. Like I was saying, Bryan Danielson by DQ, and during the entrance, I was positive Bryan Danielson was winning by DQ. It ended up going to a time limit draw, which was interesting. I kind of disagree with that decision, but we'll get into that later. As far as the actual match is concerned, I thought it was a really good match. I know, Cody, you kind of you don't feel as strongly as me and Dom about it, but I really liked it. I think, the pace did start out really slow, but like I've told you guys, I think they needed to start it off slow because they had a lot of big spots that they were building to in this match, so they needed to calm the crowd down a little bit because how did they start? Because the two like big spots in this match were the top rope Snapdragon and then Bryan Danielson reversing the One Winged Angel into a Hurricane Rana. And if the crowd pops the same amount for those two spots as they do at the very beginning when they lock up, I think it definitely cheapens those moments. So I think they were smart to start it off a little bit slower than usual so that they can actually build the crowd up somewhere. And then obviously their big moments were great. It's just the finish for me was a little bit flat, but I'll let you guys talk first and we can get into it. But I thought this was a really, really good way to start the show.
Dom, you want to change the banner to the Danielson Omega?
Oh yeah, good point. Omega Danielson. I do like. Do we want to talk about the finish already, or should we reserve?
We
that?
just talk
Let's talk about the match first.
Great. That's great. I don't know what else you expected. You gave him the time they needed. They told him it was very hard hitting. I think Daniel Bryan loves having his chest red. Like that's his thing. Like when he goes in really tough battles, he's like, "Sure, my chest looks bloody, so it looks like I really worked hard or whatever." Other than that, I like the match. Some of it, like, I don't know, like, I like the match, but I don't think I like the match as much as I should, if that makes sense. Which was a little bit quicker, and then sometimes when it was quicker, I feel like it should have been lower, if that makes sense. Like, when it went too fast paced, I'm like, you guys are like, what, 30, 50, like 15 minutes in, you guys are like going like it's, like the bell just wrong, you know what I mean? So like that kind of confused me, but other than that, I liked it.
Okay, so I don't want to So first off, I didn't agree that the match should open. I think that's where we differ a lot. I just think with a match that big, I feel like it should have closed the show no matter what the finish was. No matter if they're gonna get pissed or not. They got Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. I really don't care. Dom's fucking face reaction is so funny when it's frozen.
I don't know why.
Anyway, the match was good. This is where the underwhelming part comes in. I did not. The match. I'm not a fan of slow starts, and this was. You guys say Kenny Omega starts slow, but this was like.
This was even slow for his standards.
This was very slow. And I get what you have to do. You're trying to build the hype around the lockup and all that stuff. And I honestly did not like. So when the last segment before this show, Kenny Omega, it seemed like Kenny Omega was going to get like some of his edge back and be a little more serious. And it seems like that whole thing was lost come this week. So it felt like he was goofy. He was being that goofy guy again, which I didn't like. I wanted a serious Kenny Omega series versus Bryan Danielson series, just going after each other. There were some insane spots in this match. I don't know how Daniel Bryan's neck is attached at the moment. He must have a very big headache. But the match was good. I do agree on the finish is weird because I agree on the time limit thing, but I feel like if you were not gonna have an outright winner, I feel like you could have waited for this match. Because you have so many.
I always wasn't. I wasn't.
So, like, I don't know. Well, I see. I let you guys tell me what happened in the match before I watched it, and like right when it says 30-minute time limit, it was like it hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It just felt like there could not be a clear winner because if Kenny Omega wins, you ruined Bryan Danielson's debut in the first night. If Bryan Danielson, he just pinned the AEW World Champion. So it's a mix. Their next match for the title, I think, will have much more stakes. I don't think that's going to be until down the line. But I'm excited to see where they bring the story from here. And this is what AEW's real thing. We know they can put on great matches, but can they make the story correlate to what happened on Wednesday? Which I'm very, because WWE is not doing great at that either right now. So I want to see what they have what happens with Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega from here and where they can evolve. Because I feel like AEW is great with the wrestling. I think they have room to improve with storytelling. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, and I completely agree with Cody. I don't. You can't have a decisive winner in this match because you can't have Bryan Danielson lose, but you also can't pin or submit your champion. So I agree. I don't think this match really necessarily should have happened this early. But given that it did, and the fact that you can't have a decisive winner, I think a time limit draw was probably the flattest thing they could have done, especially if they were going to have Adam Cole and the Young Bucks come out and attack Bryan Danielson. They could have easily just had it be a DQ, because then same result, there's no winner. You get the beat down, but then the heels get more heat, and that's why you do that angle. So I think they made the right choice in not having a winner, but I think they just went about it the wrong way. I was very as much as I enjoyed the match, once it went time limit draw, it kind of deflated me a little bit.
Honestly, I would have been more deflated with the DQ. DQ would have pissed me off.
Well, yeah, I do see that. I would rather the time limit than the DQ also. But
if I had to pick something,
teach their own. Yeah, teach their own on that one, I guess. But yeah, moving along, the next thing we got was a CM Punk in-ring promo, and Cody, you said it the other day, and I was really mad that you did because I wanted to be the one to make this point. This was, even though CM Punk's return promo was great, this was the best CM Punk promo, I think, by far since he returned. This was great.
Oh yeah,
I don't even think I don't even remember exactly what he said. I just remember thinking this is freaking fantastic.
So he basically said something about everybody's asking for when CM Punk's going to his old ways or some stuff like that, and he's like, I just want to enjoy the moment. I'm having fun. And then it felt like a very impassioned promo. The only thing I didn't like is that he took another shot at WWE, which I get it. He's still mad that 7 years later. They did not fuck him over.
Oh, I don't want to even get into that.
If you want to say, I would say in the other way around, CM Punk fucked WWE over.
Oh.
Did he not leave them high and dry? Leaving the company?
Did they not just he won the case, by the way, with the medic.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean it doesn't? It
doesn't mean anything. Okay, they didn't handle it right, but at the same time, you don't just leave a job just hey, I'm walking out.
If I were in a job and I would not be happy with the work condition, I would quit. You want to stay there because you
finish your contract. You're making $1 million.
So, money's
Cody,
not.
Cody, you're talking about CM Punk here. Be careful.
Cody, I'm sorry.
Are you saying money's not everything?
Exactly.
You're telling me CM Punk didn't ask for over 7 figures to go to AEW?
Well, he did not get.
Okay.
First of all, he did not get 76.
All right, I don't want to talk about. I want to get Dom heated up. But yeah, so. See, Dom defends it's like his boyfriend.
I'm just saying, it's just really dumb take. That's all.
It's not a dumb take.
Yes, it is.
It's definitely not a dumb take.
Thank you.
But hold on. I got to get something before anyone says another word.
Oh boy.
No, Dom knows what I'm getting. You should both know what I'm getting. Where is it? Let it load.
No, not the trigger thing.
Triggered. Dom gets triggered.
I don't get triggered. It's just.
All right. So yeah.
Just stop getting triggered, Dom.
The promo was easily the best one. And no, it isn't. It isn't a bad take. No, it isn't. Why is it a bad take?
I already told you why. First of all,
your argument doesn't make sense.
Okay. Okay. Why did he screw them over again? Apparently, WWE
he's under contract talent, and he just left.
Okay. So the other guys.
Okay. So he didn't. He
quit. Like anybody would. They have a right to quit the job. I mean, yeah.
I don't agree with you. But
let's say your boss treated you like a shit. You would just stay there the whole time?
I would give them a 2 weeks notice. I wouldn't just up and leave.
If you just didn't show up.
Yeah, he stopped showing up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Mm. And plus, he didn't quit. They fired him.
He stopped showing up. That's why they
Yeah,
fired
because
him.
they got a staph infection.
Oh my
Why
God,
do you
no,
want
no, that was bad.
If you would have a
quit.
broken arm
He
and they
quit
make
work.
you work, yeah, I'm not going. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but you just said he didn't quit when he stopped showing up.
Yeah, because maybe he had to had a
was-
life-threatening staph infection, which
was-
was proven already. Yes, it was. He was literally gonna die.
He was not gonna die.
Like this.
All right, move on. Move on.
Okay, so next we got a MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr. And I wasn't expecting very much from this match, only because Brian Pillman Jr. is super green. He's really not that great in the ring yet, and MJF, even though he's good in the ring, it's hard to lead somebody when you're as young as MJF is in the business and when someone's as green as Brian Pillman Jr. So I really wasn't expecting much out of this. So coming into it with low expectations, this match was fine. The right guy won. The finish kind of came out of nowhere for me. Like, Brian Pillman Jr. threw MJF back in the ring after he had a little face-to-face with Julia Hart, and then MJF taps him out. It came very much out of nowhere for me. Having said that, this was the only finish on the show that I didn't hate. So, I mean, again, with lowered expectations, I thought this match was fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Cody agrees.
Yeah, it was what I expected it to be. Nothing great, honestly.
It wasn't. Hey, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. It was never supposed to be anything great. I think it was more just like here's Brian Pillman Jr. on TV, and we're also gonna give MJF some momentum back after we fucked him over.
Oh my! I don't know. I mean, he still won like 3 matches out of.
Yeah, and he lost the one that mattered.
Still 3 out of 4.
All right, we're not getting into that. We're almost at 30 minutes already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, anyway, and we'll make up some time with this next segment because there's not much to say. It's just in here because it happened.
Hey, good point. Good point, Chris.
Yeah. So next we had a Chris Jericho and Jake Hager backstage interview. Again, this wasn't anything special. It was literally just reminding everybody that they're having a match on today, as we it might have actually just
literally just ended.
Literally just ended against the Men of the Year. I'm sure I'm sure they're gonna bury Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page again, which is just a crime. I can't stand Chris Jericho anymore. I can't stand the fact that he's beating young, talented guys when they need to lead him through matches while his boots are filled with cement. It's sickening it's hard to watch him wrestle, and it's even harder to watch him beat guys that he has no business beating. So I don't care. The only reason I put this on is because it was on the show, and we have a job to do and talk about it.
I don't mind them winning, mainly because Men of the Year are awful. Not the wrestlers themselves.
They shouldn't be. The problem is they shouldn't be.
But they are. That's the man of the fact. Who goes to AW and be like, oh, the Men of the Year. I'm excited to watch them.
Who goes to watch Chris Jericho and Jake Hager?
There's a lot of fucking people. Not us, but there are people that be like, oh, I'll get to see Chris. Dan Lambert.
I don't think so.
Tonight. Yes, 100%, Eric. It's not us. I know it's not us. I wouldn't go. People do, and I can guarantee you, nobody's gonna be excited to see Dan Lambert on TV.
No, I'll agree with you there. Fuck Dan Lambert. He's annoying.
His promos are so weird. Yeah, you can just go into the next match.
Okay. Yeah. So next we had Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. I told you guys this less than an hour ago. It did my heart so much good to hear Cody Rhodes getting booed out of the building. I'm glad we're not the only ones that are, especially me, that's just sick of Cody Rhodes, just sick to death of Cody Rhodes. So I'm very glad he was getting booed. This match, though, this might have been the finish that pissed me off the most, because even though Cody did the job, which is good, he couldn't help but protect himself and have him not even be pinned by Malachi Black's finisher and hoke it up with the Arn Anderson thing so that he has a distraction. And that's why Malachi Black was able to spray him with a mist. And that's why he got rolled up. Like, don't just go out flat like anyone would if they want to actually put somebody over. So, I mean, even though Cody was getting booed, which is awesome, he lost. It was awesome. He worked this match in a way that just still pissed me off. And Brandy Rhodes needs to fuck off somewhere.
I mean, I probably know where she's gonna fuck off, but
they could have done so much better. The finish, they could have done better. I get like the mist thing. I don't know if that's gonna be a Malachi Black, I guess. What happened with the boot thing? Remember the boot used to be part of the story?
It was literally just for a little that's their definition of storytelling. He took off his boot and then the boot showed up 2 weeks later.
I don't understand. It wasn't that bad of a match. Like, we can give Cody shit, but like he's not that bad of a wrestler, to be honest.
thank you.
He shouldn't be there. The whole. I don't understand. At least Cody took the pin, so I'm not gonna complain too much. It could have been much.
My only fear is that they continue this rival.
No.
They will. I think
No.
that finish, the finish definitely I think sets up.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me. Like Malachi Black should be done with this. He should be moving on.
Say that stuff. Don't say that stuff. No.
gonna happen.
That's what I'm thinking. The match was decent. Cody he's a solid worker. I wouldn't consider him a top 10 AEW wrestler by any means.
No.
Maybe not even top 15, if we're being honest. So Malachi, but yeah, and I despise.
I agree with this, by the way. Cody should have lost.
100%. I think we all agree with this. But
He doesn't get over by small packaging somebody. It makes him look like it makes him look like he lucked out.
I also despise Brandy Rhodes. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get like, because it's something about her just being a ring announcer one day, a backstage interviewer one day, and she's like a signing.
She's the what's it called? And
she's the chief brand officer.
What's the Stephanie? She's the Stephanie McMahon. Supposed to be the Stephanie McMahon of AEW.
Except she doesn't get the same heat. She gets like, I want.
She's not. I mean, then again,
the heat she got with me in this match was, I want Malachi Black to kick your head off, so I don't have to see you ever.
Well, I don't think she's getting the heat because she's not.
And she's supposed to be a baby face. She's Cody's valet. She's a baby face. She's not supposed to be getting heat.
She came out on the heel tunnel, didn't she?
No. Cody doesn't. Cody's a baby face. Brandy's a baby face. She's not supposed to be getting heat. She's not supposed to be getting heat. And the spot she did with Malachi Black when she sat cross-legged with Malachi Black, she was doing that as a baby face. There's nothing heel about her.
But I'm just saying she came out the heel tunnel. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. And Cody didn't come out of a tunnel. And Cody didn't come out of a tunnel because he's above everybody and gets to like come from the head.
He has his own tunnel. It's the Cody tunnel.
He came the shovel tunnel.
The shovel tunnel.
Where Triple H used to come out of.
Yeah. So anyway, moving right along. Next match we had FTR against Darby Allin and Sting. Look, I mean, okay, I will say, I as much as I love FTR, I'm willing to admit that given how everybody in this match is presented, the right team did win. FTR should not have won this match, which is unfortunate. But the fact that Sting got to tap out, got to be the one that gets the fall. We've been talking about it over the last couple of days. I'm just going to reiterate it now that we're live. Call this a hot take if you want. Call it a cold take. Call it whatever you want. Sting does nothing for Darby Allin. In fact, I think he drags him down at this point.
The hot take alert. There it is.
Yeah, and I'll repeat it. Sting is not elevating Darby whatsoever. I think to a certain degree he's dragging him down because every segment they're in is about Sting. Every tag match they're in is about Sting. Yeah, he tapped out. I think he tapped out Cash. Whichever one he tapped out, he got to do the fall on this. When they tagged against 2.0, the big thing was him no selling the table spot, and then he got a double Scorpion Deathlock on both members of 2.0. It's always when it's just Darby as a single, it's great with Sting in his corner. But whenever they're together, it's about Sting. I think Darby needs to get away from Sting.
You want to go down? Okay.
I'm thinking. But I'll go ahead and see what my thinking voice.
Oh no, say about the match. I don't think I actually said what I thought of the match. The match was fine.
No, the match was fine.
Dom, I'll go.
I want to go now.
I mean, you can see the steam coming out of your head thinking too hard.
Hey, Sting.
I
told Eric this. It's really good for a 62-year-old or whatever he is. He's really bloody good. He moved really well.
He's really bloody good.
Hey, he's really good for 62. If
are you from England now? He's really bloody good.
If I can even walk as well as he does at 62, I'm be happy. But yeah, I the thing with the finish, I kind of disagree because it felt like it was more of a tag team thing. Because it wasn't like a tag team move. But he broke up the intermission because I don't remember which one of the FTR boys it was who was like grabbing the other FTR boy to the to the damn ropes, and then Darby hit a cough drop in.
Coffin drop, yeah. No, I remember that. I get that, but then what happened right after Darby hit the coffin drop?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have made sense.
Tight shot on Sting to get the glory.
Okay, that's a bit far.
No, it's not.
Can you put that comment on the screen for me?
No, I will not. Because I know who it is. Anyways, I like the match. The finish was okay. Sting looked good. I want to see Sting in more singles.
See, even you just said Sting looked good. You didn't say anything about Darby. You just said Sting looked good. So now
wasn't Darby's. I think.
Why wouldn't it be Darby? Why wouldn't it be Darby's? He's the one they're pushing. That's why Sting's with him to elevate him.
They don't want him just. They don't want just a Dan Lambert, but they just want a random ass old guy behind a young guy. They gotta have him do something. Hey, I'm not finished yet.
Let's wait for the AEW mark. Let's wait for the AEW mark to finish.
Oh,
I'm saying even if Sting's not wrestling, he's not a random old guy. He's Sting, and even if he's not wrestling, he's Sting.
The Test. What's his name? Blanchard. He's not an old guy. Another random old guy.
Yeah, and Tully doesn't do shit.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a random old guy. But he's a legend, though.
He's also not a random old guy. He's Tully fucking Blanchard.
But he's an old guy to the normal viewer. He's fucking old
guy.
100%. A lot of fucking AW fans are like, "Oh, just a random old guy." They know of his history, but
you're crazy. You're crazy.
I mean, comparing
he's one of the four horsemen.
But Sting is a different level, though.
Tully was one of the four horsemen.
He's a different level.
I agree.
Level than that.
No, Eric, think about this. If you don't watch wrestling, you don't know who Tully Blanchard is. If you don't watch wrestling, you would be like, oh, Sting. I feel like
that doesn't mean Tully's just an old man. Though.
I'm not saying he's just an old man. I'm just saying Sting is more popular than.
I'm telling you.
I never said he's less popular. I never said he's less popular.
100 pro wrestling fans, I guarantee you at least 15 to 20 who it is.
Depends on who you ask, because Tully was out of the business for a long time. But in the demo, they'll all know who Tully is, because everyone in there's a fucking mark.
All right, let me go. I said on the WrestlePalooza, or whatever we call it.
It's
WrestlePalooza.
I said Palooza. Get it right.
All right. Well, I said when we had a discussion, I said Sting takes up too much of the spotlight from Darby Allin. And look what happened. No one's talking about Darby Allin. Everybody's talking about Sting after that match, which is not something like if this happened in WWE where I'm trying to think of a scenario like Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Say they have a
That's a bad scenario. That's a bad comparison.
Stay with me here. They have a tag team match. Paul Heyman's in the ring. Everybody's talking about Paul Heyman after that match instead of Roman Reigns. They did a bad job of building him up. Darby got nothing out of that match. Except a lost point on the predictions
But then
for
again,
me.
but then again,
That's
but
the
then
only
again,
thing that Darby got.
But then again, I want to make one argument. It wasn't Darby's feud though. It was Sting's with Tully, and that's why he defaced FTR.
But
No,
why?
it was
Why
not.
should?
Yeah,
Why should Darby?
This started from the Tully Blanchard and Sean Spears thing.
Yes, but but Sting was feuding with Tully, not
They're
with
not
Darby.
feuding. Just because Tully cuts 2 promos where he says Sting's name doesn't mean they're feuding yet. They're not feuding yet.
No, but why did they have the match?
Okay, in what world was this their match if Tully did nothing? What
But
interplay?
why did they
Between,
have to-
what
let-
inter,
let-
what
ask-
interplay? What interplay
Answer
Dom.
me this question. Why
Dom.
did they have the match?
Because get Sting.
Because they beat him up.
on the
Because they
fucking
beat him
show.
up after the match. They beat him up after
Yeah.
the match on AEW last week.
Because of Tully.
No,
Okay,
because-
Dom. Why would you have Darby Allin, who had his biggest match of his career on the last pay-per-view, and now he's just fighting Sting's battles
I'm
for
not
it?
saying I'm not
And plus-
defending them. The
plus-
booking.
okay, and answer me this. Answer me
listen,
this. Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna ask you a
listen,
question.
listen. Let me respond to
Fuck,
Cody
shut up and
first.
say it. God damn
Let
it.
me let me respond to
Okay,
Cody
go!
first.
You have terrible
Okay,
connections. Go!
okay. First of all, I'm not the one who booked the match. I'm just saying it was Sting's little feud. That's why they had the match. Now you go ahead, Eric.
Answer me this. If this was Tully and Sting's match, what interplay between Tully and Sting even happened?
And I'm saying that's why they had
None. Okay, so we're moving on. Next match, last match on the show was Britt Baker against Ruby Soho for the Women's Championship. We all knew who was going to win.
Yeah,
I'm quickly selling stock on Ruby Soho. I am not into her whatsoever.
Join the
At
train.
I
all.
like her promos.
Join the train.
I was excited to see her debut, but man, she is not in. I find her not interesting at all. She does nothing in the ring for me that I think is good. Her finish, I think I can't not talk about her finisher whenever I talk about. Oh, did I give you a bad banner? This is Rudy Soho.
I'll keep it.
That might have been me. That might have been.
Honestly, just keep it.
That might have been my
alright.
fuck up. But anyway,
Keep it.
but
Just
yeah,
keep
I
it.
can't not mention how stupid her finisher is whenever I see it, and like whenever I'm talking about her, because her finisher.
No, you gave him the right banner. He just misspelled it.
Yeah, her finisher's a fucking Pele kick, and it's not even a good one. But I think I did not like this finish. Why does Britt Baker need to have interference from both Rebel and Jamie Hayter? She's the top. Just even though I get it. Heels should typically need to cheat to win. But Britt Baker she's not just your top heel woman. She's just your top woman. Give her a clean win. You're clearly not going to give Ruby Soho the title anytime soon. Give her the fucking win. I don't like all of the interference. Just in wrestling in general, I hate all of the interference. I think it's a booking. It's a layout crutch to have all of this interference.
Then
I don't think like Britt Baker won. Britt Baker won like she should have, but I don't think she looked very strong doing it.
Wait, I have something real quick. One sec.
What was that just for me hating Ruby Soho?
No. This is my.
Oh, okay.
Ruby Soho will get a title. The mid-card women's title.
They should not have a mid-card women's title.
I didn't say they should or shouldn't. I'm just saying if they
It's
will.
not a hot take. It's not a hot take. They have like fucking 5 women that can actually win the title.
Well, I'm sure say Anna Jay or Britt or never mind. Never mind.
Are you
I
still
guess
going on about this match, or do you want me to go?
I like Ruby Soho as a character. Ring-wise, never intrigued me either. I feel like that was a nice little check mark for Britt Baker. So no problem with it.
Okay. Ruby Soho was not even the best wrestler on her own faction in WWE. I wouldn't go as far to say she might have not even been the second best
Okay, that's a bit much.
wrestler
That's a
on
bit
her own
much.
faction. She is overrated. I don't think she's very good on mic. I think she sounds very robotic when she talks.
Disagree.
She just doesn't interest me in the slightest. But I get because there's not that many really women that Britt Baker can wrestle. They're gonna have to. At some point they're gonna have to turn one of her little bodyguards on her to fight them to get this compelling storyline. Because
Well, we know which one that's gonna be.
Who?
It's not gonna be Rebel.
I hope it's Rebel, and we can go back
You
to
need to
this
stop.
clip. Go back to this clip. Clip it.
No,
But yeah, it was a decent match. Britt Baker I feel bad for Britt Baker, if I'm being honest. So like, she's so much better than what she's really getting out of these women that she's wrestling, and like,
she'll have Thunder Rosa eventually. So
she'll have Thunder Rosa eventually. But like after that, what does she do?
Lana.
Like, God. She was supposed to come back and win the Rumble, the little Vegas.
I guess you can feel with what's her name again? Japanese woman. Fuck, what's her name? Who had the championship before her? Who she beat? I don't know.
Cheetah.
Cheetah's pretty good.
They should introduce the mixed tag title and Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
No.
I hope they never pair those two together. It's my biggest. That's one of my biggest pet peeves.
They will be. They've already like made it clear that they're like.
It's one of my biggest.
They didn't imagine them doing what WWE did with Seth. That would be fucking garbage, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a decent show. It was. I see. That's why also like I really didn't enjoy the main event. Like if I would be locked in, it was Danielson and Omega, but like I just wasn't.
Nice. And I reckon I agree. The title.
Well, so you guys are both wrong. It's okay. It's okay.
We're not.
Dom's been wrong a lot tonight.
Just gonna have to. You have to have the title matter, even though it's a match that not many people care about.
I'm not even sure the title matters at this point because there's nothing.
It's a top women's title. It should matter. At least presented as
It's the
much.
only women's title.
Should be presented as very important. Because if they don't, then why would we care about the women's? And they want us to care about the
Other
women.
than Britt Baker, what woman do you care about?
Movie, not to some movie Soho, and Thunder Rosa, and then and enjoy Anna Jay's work.
I mean, right now I don't care about Thunder Rosa either because she hasn't been on TV in like a wee bit. Like if you're gonna build Thunder Rosa up to challenge Britt Baker again, I would like to see her.
Cargill. Forgot about her. Cargill.
Yeah, she won't be for a while though.
Yeah, she's way too green to be thrown into the title picture.
I agree, but doesn't mean that. That's the thing. I
Dom,
agree with you.
You cut out for that.
I agree with you, but it doesn't mean they will not. Even though if she's too green, yeah.
I also think the characters are very conflicting. Britt Baker is a heel, and Jade Cargill is a monster heel. I don't think that works.
No, it's a Britt.
Well, AEW is they're weird. They've like when they were new, they kept saying, "Oh, it's a post babyface and heel world. We don't use those tired old tropes yet. We have Malachi Black and Britt Baker and Jade Cargill and Bryan Danielson." Like, I think what they meant is we're not afraid to have heel versus heel and face versus face matches, but they said it in a very stupid way.
Honestly, and I think Eric is what we are a little bit apart on with like wrestling in general. I don't mind having face versus face and heel versus heel.
No. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, I think AEW just they do it very weird when they said we don't have baby faces and heels, yet they clearly do.
No, I mean that's just.
But yeah, I'm fine with heel versus heel and face versus face.
I feel like those can work even better than heel versus face because sometimes like I don't like when they like have heel. Somebody they would do something unlike their character would, and then they would change back to the old ways like a week later. What?
The comments.
Oh no. Cody, that was funny.
Tom Brady, welcome to Russell Point.
Tom Brady with the shit opinion.
Great opinion, right? He's correct.
He's not correct. Well, whatever. Go on.
All right, I think we're about finished. I would say.
Yeah, that was so that was night 1 of AEW Grand Slam. We will. I believe the plan is for tomorrow. I think we're going to be uploading multiple times tomorrow. We're going to be doing. Are we doing 2 separate videos? Because we're going to be doing SmackDown, and we're also going to be doing night 2 of Grand Slam. Are we doing separate videos?
We're just going to do our live stream, our Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern live stream. We'll do both. We'll try to condense Rampage into. I think Rampage is mostly matches tonight anyway, so it's nothing like.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, so it'll be longer than our normal Rampage. But we've been getting good about making it quick. Also, if you guys haven't, don't follow our YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. We just put out a video earlier today, reviewing.
We did not.
No. Doing predictions.
It'll come out. It'll come out.
Yeah. What did we do?
I thought we were live. I thought we were live on it. But yeah, within the next day or two, we're gonna have our predictions out for Extreme Rules. Great video. Any closing words from you guys?
Dom, you can go first.
I think first because I'm the more important one. Okay. AEW was a good show. I'm getting bigger venues. I really want to see like a big arena venue at some point. I don't know if that's any time soon, but like one day, like you know what, international venue. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm not talking about some Canada crap because that's basically America.
You're thinking Tokyo Dome.
Well, I'm thinking because that's what I want to do.
What'd you say?
Europe.
I mean, WWE is going to UK in like a month, so.
No, but they don't do like Wembley shows anymore.
I mean, AEW's not doing a Wembley show, I wouldn't think.
Not now, but maybe in the future. I mean, I feel like they could sell out of Wembley if they really tried.
I don't think
That's
so.
the main them
I don't
selling
think
out.
WWE can sell a Wembley Stadium right now. So calm down there, AEW Mark, before you.
I think they could. I think they could if they made it a pay-per-view match. If they made a Super SummerSlam.
Let me look up. Let me look up one thing actually. Unless you guys know like top of your head the general like capacity of Wembley. Yeah, okay. Wembley's 90,000. That's like that's up there with the highest attendance WrestleMania. Plus, that doesn't include
highest attendance.
It wouldn't be the highest, but it's up there. But that also wouldn't include floor seating.
That's true.
So you'd be talking like 95,000. That's a lot. I'm not even shitting on AEW. That's just a lot.
Dom think if they have CM Punk on every match on the card, I think they can do it, Dom. Right?
I mean, that would be one hell of a show.
It'd be awesome. It'd be really awesome. And if they go to Wembley, I hope they sell out. But that's a tall order, especially considering without looking at their demographics, I would imagine.
If they do a
vast majority of their audience.
How about this crossover show with New Japan and like other promotions, maybe? They're all combined.
I could see that happening at some point.
It depends how big like New Japan Wrestling is in the like UK.
Zack Sabre Jr.
I think a better first step for them. I think a good first step if you wanted to go that route would be getting some AEW matches on like Wrestle Kingdom.
I don't know if that's.
I would almost gather the bet that Bryan Danielson will be on Wrestle Kingdom this year.
Against who?
I'm fucking. What, do I look like a booker?
Does he look like someone who knows people in New Japan?
Yeah,
I know he's gonna face Master Wato.
Will Ospreay.
He's not because Will Ospreay is not going to New Japan anytime. Like he's not. He's doing his.
Dom! I forgot Dom was the assistant for Will Ospreay's travel.
I'm just telling you how this.
Well, I am excited for WWE's tour in UK because when they tour the UK, that means one thing. Usually, someone shows up. Walter.
I have news for you. Oh, never mind.
He's already on WWE TV.
Walter, no Walter.
He's on NXT.
Yeah, we're gonna
Walter. His name is Walter. Okay, whatever.
Walter, the Ring General.
The Ring General.
Give me a Roman Reigns versus. Oh my god! I don't even want to think about it.
Honestly, Walter's just the best dramatic pro wrestler. So
Well, it's funny because I was looking at this the other day. Actually, not to get off topic before we end the show, but I was looking at the like 5-star matches last, and I think the last like 3 are his matches.
Or Walters?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ilya, and Tommaso Ciampa, right?
Yeah. And Tyler Bate, he had a 5-star match with Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, if only we had like a video where we did the top 10 wrestlers of 2021 and someone said that exact same thing.
No, well,
Well, actually,
it sucks that we don't care about UK.
Whatever. I think that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m., where we discuss AEW Rampage and SmackDown for me and Eric for the AEW mark. We will see you next time.
I'm the one who ends the broadcast.